When I first came across the Red Cross emergency food guidelines, I was shocked, not just by the foods on their list, but by how many of them were missing from my own pantry. And that's when reality struck me. In every disaster, the story repeats itself. Families rush to the stores, shelves are stripped clean within hours, and those who hesitated are left with nothing. That's why today, I'm going to share with you the 17 essential foods the Red Cross says you should start stockpiling right now before the next crisis exposes just how unprepared most people really are when it comes to feeding their families. Stick with me, because some of these foods will surprise you. Let's begin with number 1. Canned salmon. Most people grab tuna during emergencies, but seasoned preppers know that salmon is the real game changer. A single can is packed with over 400 calories, high-quality protein, and omega-3 fatty acids that keep your brain sharp when stress levels are sky high. In disasters, protein deficiency can be deadly, and salmon helps you maintain both muscle and mental strength. But there's more. Those tiny edible bones inside provide calcium, protecting you from cramps and bone weakness, something survivors of past disasters often struggled with. During the 2011 Japanese tsunami, families who had reliable protein sources like salmon held up stronger while others quickly weakened. Best of all, these cans last for years without refrigeration, turning a small purchase today into a life-saving safety net tomorrow. When meat disappears from shelves within 48 hours of a crisis announcement, canned salmon can turn you from protein-dependent to protein-secure, a shift that could mean survival. Now number 2, rolled oats. At first glance, oats might not look impressive, but experts call them one of the most underrated survival foods. Unlike sugary cereals that vanish from shelves during panic buying, rolled oats provide steady energy, fiber for digestion, and B vitamins that keep your nerves calm when stress is peaking. A single pound gives you more than 1,500 calories, and when stored properly, can last up to 8 years. Even better, oats need nothing more than hot water to prepare, which makes them a blessing when cooking fuel is scarce. For families with children, they offer something priceless: comfort and routine. Breakfast feels normal, even when life outside feels anything but. And oats aren't boring. They can be eaten as porridge, soaked overnight in water, baked into cookies, or even ground into flour for bread. They're also perfect for stretching other survival foods. Mix in powdered milk, nuts, or dried fruit, and you've got a complete meal. Plus, the fiber helps regulate blood sugar, so you don't crash when your body needs steady energy the most. Experts recommend at least 10 pounds per person, giving you reliable breakfasts for months. And number 3, honey. This is where theory meets reality. Out of all survival foods, honey is in a class of its own. It never spoils. Archaeologists have even found honey buried in Egyptian tombs that's still edible thousands of years later. Imagine opening a jar years from now and finding it just as good as the day you bought it. But honey is more than just sweet comfort. In survival, morale matters, and when food gets bland and repetitive, honey can turn a depressing meal into something you actually want to eat. That alone keeps families eating when appetite starts to fade. Its natural sugars provide quick bursts of energy when you're physically pushed to your limits. But beyond nutrition, honey works as medicine. Applied to cuts, it kills bacteria and speeds healing. Mixed with warm water, it soothes coughs and sore throats when pharmacies are empty. Raw, unfiltered honey is even better, with enzymes and pollen that strengthen the immune system. Local honey may help reduce allergy issues, which can be a lifesaver when access to healthcare is limited. Just make sure to store it in glass jars to prevent crystallization. One thing most people don't realize about honey is this: even when it crystallizes, it's still perfectly safe and just as nutritious. Smart preppers don't just keep one jar in the pantry, they stash several jars in different locations to make sure this golden medicine is always within reach, no matter what happens. That brings us to number 4, coconut oil. If there's one food that pulls double duty in survival, it's this. Coconut oil isn't just food, it's fuel for your body, for cooking, and even for emergencies you'd never expect. A single jar packs more than 8,000 calories of dense concentrated energy, and unlike butter or other fats that spoil quickly, coconut oil stays solid and stable for years, if stored right. Think of it as an investment in survival cooking. But what makes coconut oil unique is its science. The medium-chain triglycerides inside provide instant energy your body can use, even when stress or sickness makes digestion sluggish. In other words, it's quick fuel for both brain and body when you need to stay sharp. It's also naturally antimicrobial thanks to lauric acid, so when sanitation systems break down and foodborne illnesses rise, coconut oil quietly shields you. And when it comes to cooking, it's a lifesaver. Unlike cheap vegetable oils that turn toxic under high heat, coconut oil stays stable, letting you cook over open fires or improvised stoves without breathing in harmful smoke. But its usefulness doesn't stop at food. In survival history, coconut oil has been used as lamp fuel, as a moisturizer to protect skin from cracking and infection, and even as toothpaste when mixed with baking soda. Soldiers stationed in tropical regions have used it to fight off fungal infections. This is why experts stress, always choose virgin cold-pressed coconut oil, not the refined stuff. If you want the full benefits, keep it in a cool dark place below 76 degrees Fahrenheit, and it'll stay good for years. Stock at least 2 large jars per person. You'll be shocked at how far it stretches in a real crisis. Now number 5, dried lentils. When food systems collapse, lentils become more than just food, they become survival. A single pound of dried lentils expands to feed multiple people, providing over 1,500 calories and nearly 100 grams of protein. Unlike beans that take hours of soaking, lentils cook quickly, saving you precious fuel when every flame matters. And here's the critical part, lentils aren't just calories, they're packed with iron to prevent anemia, folate to repair cells, and fiber to keep your digestive system working, even when your diet is stripped bare. In fact, history shows their importance. During the Irish potato famine, communities with lentils endured while others starved from protein deficiency. Their quick cooking time meant fuel was preserved, giving survivors more energy for other tasks. Red lentils can cook in as little as 15 minutes for fast meals, while green or black lentils provide heartier textures for stews and soups. And if fresh food disappears for months, sprouted lentils give you living vegetables rich in vitamin C, guarding against scurvy. Properly stored in airtight containers, lentils can last for decades. Yes, decades. Experts recommend at least 20 pounds per person, enough to guarantee protein security, until new food sources are established. Number 6, canned tomatoes. When the world shuts down and fresh produce becomes a distant memory, canned tomatoes are a game changer. These aren't just about flavor, they're about survival. Each can is rich in vitamin C, the very nutrient that prevents scurvy, as well as lycopene, a powerful antioxidant that supports the immune system when medical care may not be available. In fact, during long-term emergencies, vitamin deficiencies quietly become deadly. Canned tomatoes help stop that clock from ticking, but the real secret of canned tomatoes is their versatility. They can turn stored pasta or rice into hearty meals, combine with beans to form complete proteins, or thicken into soups that not only nourish, but lift morale when everything else tastes bland. Their natural acidity even helps preserve other ingredients, extending the safety of meals when refrigeration is impossible. Emergency feeding programs have learned this firsthand. When food gets repetitive, people stop eating. Tomatoes bring back the rich umami flavor that keeps families eating and staying strong. Whole tomatoes can be crushed into sauce, diced versions can bulk up soups, and paste concentrates flavor in a single spoonful. In survival, flavor isn't a luxury, it's the difference between enduring and breaking down. When it comes to canned tomatoes, the options you choose can completely change your survival meals. Whole tomatoes can be crushed for hearty sauces. Diced versions slip easily into quick one-pot dishes. Tomato paste adds deep, concentrated flavor, letting you turn plain rice or beans into something that tastes like a real dinner. And ready-made sauces save both time and fuel when every minute and every ounce of energy matters. Quality makes a difference too. San Marzano varieties, known for their rich taste, can feel like a luxury, but in a crisis, that boost in flavor can actually support mental health by keeping meals enjoyable. On the other hand, store-brand tomatoes give you more quantity for your money, and when stocking up, quantity matters just as much as taste. Both strategies have their place, and smart preppers plan for a balance. Experts recommend storing at least 24 cans per person, enough to guarantee months of vitamin C, immune-boosting lycopene, and the kind of cooking versatility that keeps survival from feeling like punishment. Now number 7, peanut butter. If there's a king of survival foods, this might just be it. Peanut butter is one of the most calorie-dense, shelf-stable foods civilians can buy. A single jar carries over 6,000 calories, enough to sustain an adult for 3 entire days. It needs no refrigeration, no cooking, and no water. You can eat it straight from the jar with a spoon and survive. That's how powerful it is. 2 tablespoons alone give you 8 grams of protein, plus healthy fats that keep your hormones balanced and your body fueled when stress is eating away at you. And the minerals like magnesium help calm your nerves, which is priceless in the middle of chaos. But beyond science, peanut butter delivers comfort. In frightening times, familiar foods help anchor the mind, especially for children who may refuse to eat anything strange. Peanut butter is sweet, satisfying and versatile. It turns bland crackers, bread or even plain oatmeal into a meal worth eating. Open jars last months, and unopened ones last years, far beyond their printed dates. Natural peanut butter, though it may need stirring, avoids unnecessary additives, making it a safer choice when medical care isn't an option. Best of all, it's portable. Small jars fit perfectly in evacuation bags, giving you maximum calories per pound carried. Mix it with honey, and you've got high-energy survival balls that last through physically demanding days. Smart preppers always keep multiple jars in different locations, because in a crisis, losing one stash can mean losing meals. Number 8. Quinoa. For thousands of years, quinoa was the grain that sustained entire civilizations through famine, drought, and disaster. And today, it's one of the most valuable survival staples you can store. Unlike rice or wheat, quinoa is a complete protein. It contains all essential amino acids, making it one of the only grains that can truly replace meat. Just 1 pound of quinoa delivers over 1,600 calories and cooks in about 15 minutes, which means you conserve fuel while still eating a filling, balanced meal. But its benefits go beyond calories. Quinoa is rich in iron to prevent anemia, magnesium to steady muscle and nerve function, and enough protein to keep your body strong when physical demands skyrocket. It's also naturally gluten-free, which means fewer digestive risks when medical help isn't around. In a survival situation, stomach problems from unfamiliar foods can quickly spiral into dehydration and malnutrition, but quinoa avoids that trap. Its versatility makes it even more powerful. It can be cooked like rice, stirred into soups, or even eaten as a warm breakfast porridge. And when space is tight, quinoa shines. It's small, lightweight, and nutrient-dense, meaning you get more nutrition and less storage space compared to other grains. Experts recommend keeping at least 10 pounds per person, enough to cover protein needs for extended emergencies. And now, number 9, canned chicken. When the power grid fails and freezers thaw, fresh meat becomes one of the first things to disappear. That's when canned chicken steps in as the bridge between fresh meals and survival rations. A single can delivers over 25 grams of complete protein, and unlike poultry from the fridge that spoils in days, canned chicken remains safe and nutritious for years. The beauty is in its flexibility. You can eat it straight from the can when you're desperate, warm it up when you want comfort, or combine it with stored grains and vegetables to create full meals that truly satisfy. In disasters like Hurricane Katrina, families who had canned protein sources fared far better than those who relied only on dry goods. When everything else fails, canned chicken doesn't just fill your stomach, it keeps your strength alive. During Hurricane Katrina, families who had canned chicken in their pantries stayed stronger while others weakened from lack of protein. And that's what makes canned chicken such a survival essential. It's pure convenience when you need it most. In a disaster, time and energy are precious. With canned chicken, you just open the lid and eat. No fire, no prep, no wasted fuel. That means you can focus your strength on other critical survival tasks. Of course, not all canned chicken is created equal. Premium brands that pack chicken in water instead of broth give you more meat and less filler. Organic options avoid antibiotics and additives, things that might not matter much in normal times, but can make a big difference if medical help isn't available. And here's a tip: variety matters. White meat, dark meat, both offer slightly different flavors that help fight appetite fatigue, a real problem when you're eating the same foods over and over. Just remember to rotate your stock. Canned chicken stays safe for years, but its flavor slowly fades. Use older cans in cooked meals where seasoning hides the taste, and save your fresher cans for when you want to eat straight out of the tin. Store them in a cool, dry place, and they'll be ready to give you real protein when you need it most.